and it is Friday morning. I have a lot on my desk. You're looking at a rusting project here. I'm working on prompt cards. I want to work on my art journal, and I want to make some fabric washi tape for the Friday refill day. It's going to be Christmas fabric washi. So welcome to my desk. Welcome to my desk. Let me get situated here, get my notepad going so that I can see folks coming in. Live stream. So far, there's one person in here, and I think it's me. But that's okay. I'll just chat as I wish. We'll get all set up. Quality advanced to 1080p. Okie dokie. I'll wake up. The weekend's here. Let's see if I can't slant my camera just a little. This is my rusting. Let's move my prompt cards out of the way for now. And what I want to do is take this fabric, and I don't think I have my gloves. Wait, are those my gloves? No. I might just have to reach into this with my hands and then wash my hands real good. Because I think my, oh wait, here. Here we go. I have them. There's Becky. Yeah, I saw that. You are in the midst of a storm there. I hope that's all it is. Is anybody else getting hit? I haven't watched the news really bad with the hurricanes, Becky. I know you guys are getting a lot of rainy weather, but you're not blown away yet, are you? The storm is going over and our power keeps fading in and out. Okay. Well, you're certainly in my thoughts and prayers. I don't like those big storms. I don't like them when they come our way as tornadoes and such. Too much damage. I'm putting some plastic gloves on here. People work so hard all their lives to get a little bit, and then the wind comes and blows it away. Okay. Let me tuck these back in the sack for now. I wasn't sure I had these at hand, but I guess I do. And let me get out a piece of waxed paper. Under flash flood and tornado warnings. Oh, those tornadoes, that scares me. Becky, you are in my thoughts and prayers. People work so hard to get a few things, a home, and the Midwest here, Oklahoma was hit pretty bad, but Iowa was. Here in the Midwest, our tornado season happens in, well, it can happen at any time, but the worst of it happens in June, around in there. But it can happen at any time. It depends on the hot and cold flows of the weather. You're waiting for Scott to text you that he made it to work. Oh, well, I hope he makes it there. I certainly hope so. He has to drive in the storm? So here is the rusting. And what I want to do is, I don't think these these little tiles are tin. I think they're aluminum. But I want to put them on this fabric. And I have more fabric in here. I'm just going to kind of squeeze this out. And I'll lay that out to dry, but I just want to get the juice out of it. And I put some more in there. I'm going to set it aside. I think I'll put it double. And I just don't think these are tin. I think they're aluminum, and I don't think they're going to rust. Yeah, gloves will stay on here. They're just cheapy plastic things. Hi, Kimberly. Good morning. Kimberly, are you out of the path of the storm? You're up in North Carolina, aren't you? Is it going to head your way? I don't think I'm going to get much out of here as far as any imprints. But at least the fabric will dry the tiles. I might with the safety pins when I get to the safety pins, but I think I had 6 or 8 of these. I think I had 6 of these tiles. Come on. The rusty water might do something, but I don't have big hopes for this. Now, down at the bottom, though, are safety pins. Hi, Dee Dee. Good morning, Dee Dee. Is Georgia getting hit? Is your area of the country getting hit by that storm, Dee Dee? Now, the safety pins, I have hopes for you. Let's see, and I'm thinking what I want to do is flip this over if I can. Come on, get in there, pin. And of course, these gloves aren't very much help here. I'm going to put this all back in the water. I've got a bunch of safety pins here. I'm going to tuck some in here. Dee Dee said, Becky, Georgia closed all the schools and almost everything else yesterday into today. Oh. Well, at least they're being smart about it. And then what I'm going to do after I'm done with all of this stuff is I'm going to take this liquid and put it in a flat pan and do some paper. My gloves are falling off. My little fingers don't fit these gloves. Get in there, little finger. All right. I think I got a few more in here. Okay. We'll call that. The safety pins, I think, are what are creating the rust. And then I'm just going to put this whole package back down in here and put that fabric over it. And this I could probably, this was the piece I put in here, was it yesterday? And it's turned a nice rusty color, but you'll wash this out too. If you don't wash it out, you get the little iron grits in it. So, my gloves are not helping me at all. Once you wash it out, it'll turn lighter when it dries. But that's okay too. So, I'm just going to set it like that. Just take these off. Although they did keep my fingers pretty dry. And this is sat out in the back porch all day yesterday. We went to town yesterday. I wasn't counting on that. I didn't get much done during the day. My brother came in and said, I'm going to town. Do you want to go? So, we did mostly things that he wanted to get done. He wanted to go to Menards. And I wanted some bathroom cleaner. And I got that. And I got some double-sided tape that I'm going to make Christmas washi tape with this morning. This is going to be my Refill Friday project, is a Christmas washi. Maybe we'll do that next. I'll come back to that. I'm going to set this over across the room so I don't spill it. And I'll take it out in the back porch again after the stream is over with. Maybe I'll put a piece of paper under it. There we go. And let's, my little, Becky, do you remember making our gnomes? This is my gnome. That's an eye. That's a nose. These are pockets. He sits over here, but over here is getting quite crowded. I'm going to have to move him to another place. I'm going to grab this hand sanitizer and give it a couple squirts and wipe my desk off. Oh. Because I've been painting. Derwin's here. Help! She's pulling me by my tail. I think this glue stick is about done for. I might have a little left in there. I'm going to throw the bottom part away. Although cleaning this off, I think what I'll do next is Karen messaged me in the comments of my video yesterday and said, I like your journal cover, please, no black ink on it. So I got her convinced to let me do some test strips with some walnut ink. So that's what we're going to do next. And I'm not going to put my walnut ink in a sprayer. We talked about spraying it on there, but my walnut ink is too gritty and it ruins the sprayers. So I'm just going to splatter it on. But we're going to do test strips first. And I'm just about out of wax paper here. This roll will not be saved. This box will not be saved. Derwin, I'm going to put you up here with Penelope. He says, okay, I like Penelope. Let me tip my camera just a bit more. And so, over here, let me grab it. I have my fabric. This is the placemat. I bought 3 of these from Pearl. And I used 2 to make my journal. I cut the strips off here, the yellow strips. And then I just had the blue portion. And that's what I made my... And then I got all this on the back, too. These were made in India, I think. They're cotton, 100% cotton, made in India. But I have some scraps left here that I thought that I would experiment on. And let me, maybe this one with the florals, because my... And what I'm going to do is, hopefully, let me see if I have a fan brush here. Fan brush, fan brush. Do I have one out here? Oh, I don't see a fan brush in there. Well, where's my fan brushes? Hold the phone, I'm looking here. Maybe I'll just use a... I lose things. Oh, maybe I put them in the water. Hold on. I need to empty this water. I keep forgetting to do it. Let me check and see if my fan brush is in the water. I don't see it. No, 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 no. So, did I put it over here? I have so many cases here. I don't see a fan brush. Fan brush, fan brush. Got my drinking water in my hand. Hold on. I'm looking for a fan brush. I could use this to just fan out pretty good, I think. But I'm looking for a real one. I guess I did something with it that I don't know what I did with it. That's typical of Meri. I'm going to try... if that doesn't work, I'll try a different brush. Let's see. Maybe I'll just go like that. Let's see how that works. Maybe I'll try it on a piece of paper first. I've got my palette knife here that I didn't realize I had. I've got to clean this whole kit and caboodle out. I keep saying that, and then, you know, I get distracted with different projects, different things. Let's get a piece of paper. I worked on my triangles Wonky Wednesday this morning. Well, I worked on it last night when I got home yesterday afternoon. I had to recut my triangles. I didn't have enough to do what I wanted to do, and I didn't have any more of that black fabric, so I recut everything. And I was stitching them together this morning, and I'm going, oh no, they're not going to work, they're not going to work. But by the time I got the first 2 rows put together, I was pretty happy with it. I mean, for me, a quilter would probably balk at it, but I'm gonna test on this paper first to make sure that it's fanning like I want it to do, the splattering like I want if I go like this. And this is the walnut ink, And this is not the yucky stuff. I think I threw the yucky stuff away. Oh, I don't know. It's really stuck. And these are my old scissors, so don't think I'm ruining scissors. These won't even cut fabric anymore. And I haven't sharpened them because they've got those serrated blades, but I don't think that sharpening the serrated blades will hurt these anymore. There we go. That's my method of getting these jars opened again. I'm going to try this and see how it works. If I hit the bristles instead of the, I'm not sure I'm happy with it. It makes nice little spots, so maybe I need it a little juicier down at the end. Kind of comes in rows there. All right, I think let's just paint this out. Nothing goes to waste. This will go in a journal sometime or another. All right. And I'll just take this and set it aside and let it dry. So let's get my sample fabric. And we're going to try it on fabric before I try it on my journal, because this is the same fabric I used on that journal. Get it nice and juicy. The reason I'm doing this is I think my journal is too shabby chic pastel-y for autumn, and most of my pages are autumn-like. So I just want to grunge it up. And maybe what I'll do is, now this is just experimenting. And this will dry lighter. Let's hit it with the heat gun. My heat gun plugged in? I don't think so. Oh, it didn't soak through, did it? Look at that. That's interesting. This is pretty... Oh, I think this is interfaced. This has interfacing, this placemat. This white is interfacing. That's why it didn't come through. Starting to dry out there. think I'm happy with it. I think I'm going to splatter my journal. This was just a test piece. I think I'm going to splatter my journal. And that will be all what I'll do. The only thing I'll do in my journal today is because it'll need time to dry. So let me put this over here and grab my journal. Oh, I bumped you guys. Sorry about that. I hope I didn't bump you too bad. Nobody got a headache, did they? Let me welcome folks in. Let me refresh my chat. Chat filter, top messages, chat filter, all messages. I let this page be open because I used the fine liner on this. But we're going to open it like this. And I pulled a signature out of it. And yesterday I pulled more pages out of it. And it's still poofy. But I think I can finish it up without it. I'm hoping I can. Let's start another one. Well, I have another one started. I just don't have it bound yet. I may work my pages and bind them when I'm done. Okay, Dee Dee says, isn't Scott teaching, Becky? You would think they would cancel classes. Kimberly says, Dar, she got good and messy. Becky said, he's just getting to town where he works. He may get there and they may be without power. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think he teaches at night, Dee Dee. Teaching is his second job, Becky says. He's one busy guy. Becky's wanting him to finish that bathroom so she can have a good soak. This is his day job. Okay. Well, Becky, I hope that he's safe out there. What does Becky say? Okay, he is safe. Becky says he got stuck between down trees for a bit. And he said there were power lines down everywhere. Yikes. I agree, Kimberly. Yikes. Let's see. Kimberly says, Dar, we wish we could share some of this rain with you. Dee Dee says, Becky, I wonder how many won't show up at Scott's work. Dar says, it's raining here for the first time in over a month. I hope it cleans the air from the train car leaking styrene gas. Where are you at, Dar? And this is where everybody came in. Dee Dee says they have mostly flooding. Most has gone over us up into Atlanta now, Dee Dee says. We don't have much tornadoes from it. Well, that's good, just flooding. Crazy amounts of water in Atlanta, of rain in Atlanta. Are you still pouting? Oh, pouring. Dee Dee said, yes, Kimberly, still pouting here. She said, pouring. Dee Dee says, we are the ones in the direct line up from Florida. Becky says, my son Greg's job told him to stay home today. Scott said, business as usual. Now, who would you like to work for? And we're back to where Becky and Dee Dee and Kimberly are saying good morning. Dee Dee says, go. Georgia pretty much shut everything down. Okay. All right. Let me see what damage I can do to this journal cover. No, I think I'll leave it just like this. And I just want to, I want to grunge it up because see, this is more of a shabby chic color. And really it should be more shabby chic in here, but I have so many autumn pages that I think I want to grunge up the cover. So that's what I'm going to do. We'll see how this turns out. It might be a mess. I might ruin it. Karen says, very light, Meri, very light. Spray very light. And I'm going, I don't want to put my walnut ink in spray bottle because it'll clog it up. All right, here we go. Can you guys see where it's getting there? And this is gold thread in there. Now it's wet. It'll dry lighter. It'll dry lighter. I'm going to hit it with the heat gun too. I kind of like this brush because it's coming off in little dots. Karen says, stop, Meri, stop. That's enough. I could just hear her say, enough, Meri, don't go any further on that. I'm going to go to the spine next. I think I like it. This will dry in here lighter, hopefully. But I'll be putting a tassel on here. This is where I smocked it in. So a tassel will hang down there. I just don't want to put the tassel while I'm working in it. How is that? Let's hit it with the heat gun. Now I want to try something. I think this is the back here. I want to take my brush and paint some corners on it. Let's see if I can do that. Yeah. I'm liking that. Come on, a little bit bigger here. I like that. It'll bloom out a little, but that's okay. This is just totally a junk journal. Let's turn this over this way. And this is my Dee Dee envelope here. I kept Dee Dee's name and my name and the stamps she put on it. Let's... Ooh, texture on here. Well, I'm going to dip it in there and get more on it. I want it a little darker. Mary's just playing. That's what you should do on a Friday morning. Becky, are you working on anything this morning? Or is the power to? Did Becky disappear from us? What did Kimberly say? Kimberly says it's now Meri-fied. Yeah, it is Meri-fied. All right, let's give this a little bit of a heat gun. I think the paper dries faster and easier than the fabric does. The fabric tends to hold on to the moisture, I think, just in my opinion. Shall we do this side too? Here. Right in here. Whoops, I gotta get some on there. No, yeah, that's part of this. Let's just grunge her up. Let's see, where does my wax paper end here? Scott called and is heading back home as there's no power. Well, at least he was dedicated and went in. Let's just pray for his safety on the way home. I pray for my brother every time he goes out by himself. If I'm with him, I don't have any concerns. I don't pray as much. When he's alone, I pray for him. You know, I figure if I'm there, I have that extra set of eyes. And I always tell him to be careful when he goes out. He says, I always am, and I think he is. He's a pretty good driver. But I tell him, well, you know, you got to watch out for the other guy, too. I think I just stapled this in. Let's hit this page. Let's grunge her up. I did not gather walnuts. There may be a few left out there. I did not gather them. It's been so hot. I just haven't, it's still in the 80s here. Of course, you Southerners, you know, 80's not hot, but when you're out in that hot sun, even 80-degree weather, and it's beating down on you, it's too hot for me to be out there. And we went to Menards yesterday, and they had all those beautiful mums. And I wanted some so bad, but I'm saving my money for the junk jaunt. I'm still waiting for my YouTube payment to come through. I'm going, oh no, they probably won't pay me till next month. Although it's way past the deadline, but... And I think it was even past it by the middle of the month. I'm hoping it comes through. But if it doesn't, I'm just going to take that amount that I see out, because I'll get it eventually. I'll just say that's the amount that I'm going to spend. I'm going to the junk jaunt regardless. All right. I'm going to distress some of these pages. This is the one that I colored. I don't know if I want to color that. Let's do this. What are you working on, Becky? Let's see. Hi, Jacqueline. Good morning. Good morning. I'm having fun in my junk journal this morning. I'm going to get this one done. And then it'll sit on the shelf for the next few years. Yeah, this brush is leaving brush strokes on these pages. But that's okay. We'll cover it up with something or other. Jacqueline, let me show her the cover. I splattered the cover. I splattered the cover and I made little corners here. I might take my black pen and darken these corners a little more with the black pen. You see them as really dark. And of course the ink bloomed out a little on this one, but that's the back cover anyway. It bloomed out here too. Becky's winding yarn this morning. Becky's got plenty of yarn to wind. Boy, I'm tempted to work on the Crochet Partners did a snow study. Mike, you did a snow study. Has to be a couple years ago. I still have that Christmas one that I made, and it's all done. It's red, and it's a snowflake. It's the chocolate and Christmas snow, I think was the name of it. I use reds and golds and greens. And it sits out in the living room over a chair. I didn't put it away at Christmas. No, I'm going to leave that green. Let's do this one too. We're just going to grunge up these pages. And I'll be putting stuff over these so it won't, you know, they won't be total. But I'm just getting rid of all the all the boring white. not white, but this particular walnut ink is very dark. I think I have some acorn ink up there that's not quite as dark. I should get that out and use that too, but maybe in the next journal. But see, it dries lighter. And you are seeing it lighter than I am because I think my camera light is very bright on my phone. I'm waiting for I did find a local guy. Well, he's where the Hobby Lobby is, where my brother goes for the VA appointments. It's about 65, 70 miles. But he said he thought he could put a new battery in my phone for me, this one that I'm using here. But I noticed my notepad one, and I just can't help but think that when they do those updates that they add a little extra heat to that app. Because I noticed my notepad, and both of them reached their warranty in the last few months. And I think that when they reach their warranty, then this is just me talking. This is, take that with a grain of salt, but I just can't help but think that they don't distress it a little. The phone, because they're both doing the exact same thing. But I do stream with this one a lot, so you can't blame Samsung for everything, but I can't help but think that they do that. But if I can get another couple years out of this one by putting in a new battery, it'll be worth it. And then if the new battery, if he gets a new battery in that, I'm going to see if he can't do my notepad too. Because I'm just not, I did get a new phone. They wouldn't take this one in for a trade-in. And I wish I would have known that local guy before I invested in a new phone. They said, your battery's too fat, we aren't going to take it. Verizon. But I didn't have a warranty on it either. I didn't get the warranty. But like I said, if he can put a new battery in it for me, because the phone works fine. There's nothing wrong with the phone. It just needs a new battery. And if he can do that for me, and if it'll last me another couple years, I will be very happy. I'm going to leave this page alone. I'm going to leave this alone. I'm going to put these postage stamps there. I'll leave that alone. I'll leave that alone. Let's go back this way. See, I've got a lot done in here. I think I'm just going to leave these because they're pretty the way they are. I've got a bobby pin there. I got my little ladies there. This one I'm going to do something election related in November. This is the 4 freedoms. God keep our country free, free from tyrants and their whips, to stamp out truth and seal the lips, free for everyone, race and creed, free from fear and free from need. God keep our country free. That's a nice prayer. And this one is for the veterans. And this came out of the county register. I like all those fall colors. And I might just leave this as a flip page here. It's a wax paper page. And so Arlene sent me these pages. This reminds me of the church that I taught Bible school in when I was younger. And this would be a nice Thanksgiving page. For health and food, love and friends, Father, we thank thee. And this is a farmer's market farmer's market and fall festival page. Here there's a lady jumping out of the window of the car going on a quilt retreat. That I did. So should I ink these? I think I'll leave some of these white. I don't have to ink everything. I think I'm done inking. So, and I think we'll see how that, if that dries anymore. Let me unplug my heat gun. Well, I hope Scott makes it home safe, Becky. And, well, let's clean my brush off here on one of these. It's pretty clean anyway, but we'll just... And I really like this page over here. This was wax paper. This was a wax paper that I had green paint on, and I put that black napkin on the other side of it, and it really made it a nice... I want to do that technique a little bit more. I unplugged my heat gun. I'm just going to take the... Well, no, I'm just going to turn this over. Because what I want to do is take my paint pen and do these a little bit more. Oops. All right, don't go wild, move, Mary. You stop now. Okay. And we're just going to let this dry. I think, what page was it? Oh, it was this. This will be okay if it's not bad. So I'm going to put this aside. We're going to move on to Christmas washi, I think. But let me put this stuff away. See, I didn't do the paint pen, did I? Did I do the... Yeah, I think I did. Let me put this in that water. I'm going to have to clean that water today. And I'm just going to flip the wax paper over. Well, I don't know if I wanted to do this with the fabric or not. Maybe I'll take it off for now. I'll save my wax paper. So what I want to do, let's fold this up. I could make washi out of this. But no, I think I'll save this for stitching. And this is some grunge fabric that I got from Pearl. I use it in my slow stitching. Got a whole bunch of it from her. She sold a bundle, grunge bundles. And this is that placemat. I just keep all these out in by my recliner. I have a whole stack of little pieces that I fold up like this. Keep it out there. All right. Let me put it behind me. And let's get out some Christmas fabric here. And we were at Menards yesterday, and I had to look for it, but I found the double-sided tape. I figured I could find it in their store better than I could find what I have here. No, I think mine is over across the way, but I can always use it. So I bought me a new row of double-sided tape. And I'm going to be good and throw... Ooh, I like that oval. That'll make a nice stencil. I said I was going to be good and throw it away, but I'm going to save this. And this will make a nice scraper, by the way. It's stiff like it's plastic coated. All right, we're going to throw this away. I'll save these two. I'll put them over with my scrappy scraps. Okay, let's see what I have here for fabric. Christmas. This I got from Erin. All of this for $3.50. I just think this was a bargain. Here's her. And I like that she put the... I like that she doesn't put a label on the top, because I like to be able to pull these out and reuse these bags. Thank you, Erin. So, let's see what I want to use for washi. This is that cardinal fabric. I don't think I want washi out of this. Is, well, I could because it's already cut, but no, this is birds. This isn't cardinal. Well, is it cardinal? Yeah, there are cardinals there. It just says winter wood over here. It doesn't say who designed it. She tore it off. Here's some red. This feels like a brushed cotton almost. Let's see. And if I make washi, I can make 2-inch strips, or I could make 1-inch strips. I got all those strips out in the other room though, and they're not all Christmassy. Let's see. I don't want them too big. I think those journals like this measure. My journal, my Christmas journal, is the same size as this one. And these pages measure, let's pick a fairly large one, because I can cut off what I don't use and use it on something else. Let's measure this. Nine inches. I'm liking this much better. I didn't completely grunge it, but I spotted it up. Oh dear. And I'll probably put something on here on the cover. I'm not sure what. I might stitch something and put on there. A fall leaf would be pretty, wouldn't it? And we'll think about that. All right, so I want this at 2 inches by 9 inches. So let's cut the 9-inch first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So right about in there. And I think I'll cut it just a teensy bit bigger. 9.5. Well, let me move it up. 9.5. Because that'll give me room to play. And I don't know if I can tear it. Yeah, I guess I can. And let's cut the selvage. The selvage says Debbie Mum for Joanne Fabrics and Crafts. Debbie Mum. You guys know Debbie Mum. I don't know if I can tear this little piece off. Yeah, it tears pretty nice. It's got a nice thread here to couch. I think I'll keep that. All right, how many 2-inch pieces can I get out of here? Or two or thereabouts, 2. 1, 2, and we're gonna call that 3. And we'll see how it fits on my tape. 1, 2, and 3. And then I have all this left to play with. I was thinking I would make some, I have them here. Let's see, I've shown them before. Let me grab them here. I was thinking I'd make some more of these paper dolls. And I made these for, I think, 2017 or 2018 up in there. But I never really finished the journal. And see, they're put on paper and they're stitched on, but I draw out the pattern. And I made them quite big because the journal's big. The journal is a full-size journal. But I think I'll make some more. That's why I got all this Christmassy fabric. I'll just put that in there. So I'm going to save, that's paper. Hi, Angie. Welcome in, Angie. Let me refresh my chat and come out and chat. Are you okay, Angie? How's your back? Is my doll in there? Dee Dee, your doll is in progress yet? I ran across, you know, I looked for your picture on Instagram and I finally found one that I like. And I have it. I found it the other day when I was going through stuff and I go, oh, there's Dee Dee's paper doll. I should make one for you, Dee Dee. I should make a Christmassy one for you. Just keep nagging at me. Dee Dee sent me a paper doll and it's sitting over across the way. I got a mop head hair, which I do. Okay, I'm not sure if I want to use these. I might save these for a doll or something. But the snowman, I have no problem cutting some snowmen for washi tape. They're little rabbit snowmen. And see, they're different sizes, so if I get 2 inches out of here, I can still use this for a paper doll. So let's do that. I'm gonna put things aside here so I can work. So this will be a little longer, but I want 2 inches off of here. Dee Dee goes, when am I going to get my paper doll? That might be a little crooked, but and here's some more. I don't think I'm going to bother with that. I'll use it for. Now this is probably already good enough for a washi, Christmas washi. Look at that. Ooh, I love both sides of it. I might save a piece of this for slow stitch. Let's do a 9-inch piece here. This is 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, let's start it here. 9.5. And cut it up. We'll cut it right after this. So I think I want to save part of this for slow stitch. I like it. Now see, you could get inspired by this, and probably the fabric artist did, but look how there's just, even if you have a square stamp, you could dip it in paint and paint your fabric. We'll have to do some Christmas painted fabric. Is that 9-inch? Or was this? I think it was this one. So I'm going to save that one. I like that. And here's some more snowmen. And I think I'll take a 2-inch piece off of this side. And this fabric is really interesting because I know it's not batik, but you can see how the ink has come through on the, see, it's real colorful on this side, but look at this side. And what I'm saying, it's not just a white back. And I won't use, even of all the fabric that I'm getting out, I will not. Ooh, this is pretty. This is a quilt square already. Somebody quilted these. Oh, wow. They look like they're heat set. Triangular. They're heat set. They're not stitched. But still, they're nice. Well, those won't get used. For strips, I mean. They'll get used. Oh, look, here's some more of that fabric. Oh, look at this. This is what the piece came off of. Oh, look at this. Oh, I'm loving this piece. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. I'm not going to use any more of it. I'm going to use that. I'll use this little strip. I'll use this for my washi. But this is getting saved for slow stitch. And I think I got some 6x6 quilt pieces here. I'm not going to tear those up. We're just going to look at them. This will make a nice quilt, or a nice little, got a Santa Claus and a snowman. These are cool. See, now this would be a inspiration for a paper doll, this snowman. So I might get inspired by some of the, I mean, as long as it's for my journal. I'm not trying to sell anything. But I like that Santa Claus. I think he'd make a good paper doll. Well, I know there's more than one here. Isn't there? Yeah, there's one with a tree, and he's not. Come on, come on. Forgive my hands. I was playing with that walnut ink. These are cool. These will make a nice, these would make a nice fabric journal. I'm not much on quilting or making quilts. I really don't have room for that stuff. But I could see these. I love that house. I could see these in a Christmas journal. I even like how the back comes through on these. Look at that. On these. How the back comes through on them. I don't think I would put a backing on them. I think I would leave them like this in a journal. Stitch them together. But then, be awful thin pages. But still, it'd be a fun little journal. And here's a log cabin. Squares. And these again are printed. Could use these as inspiration. K3N does a lot of log cabins. I think these are all log cabins. I'm not going to separate them all. So those are fun. We'll save those. This is all the fabric from Erin. This, see, now I like the back here. It's very defined. Look at the front. I think I'll just take a strip, a 2-inch strip right here, and save the rest. See, I like that. This is fine, but this is so much more, I can see the pattern better. Okay, well. And this is just a white, kind of like a damask piece. Do I want to cut this? I don't know. There's 2 of them here. I think I'll leave these alone. Might do something else with them. I don't want to ruin them. And here's some floral. Hi, Brenda. I refreshed chat and only chatted 2 times. Let me refresh my chat again. Brenda popped in. She says, hi, Dee Dee, Dar, Angie, Mary, and all others. They're saying good morning. Angie says, Brenda, I'm sorry your back is hurting and I hope it gets better. I'm having back pain sucks. I'm on meds for mine and I hope it gets better soon. Well, we do too for both of you. You have another town festival in October, Angie? I'm trying to get this apart here. This is pretty. I'm going to cut this at 2 inches. And well, I actually could use both of them, I think. I think this is about 4 inch. I'm going to have a lot of Christmas washi. What I don't use for washi, I might just save for slow stitching. The strips, I don't know if I'll use all of that. Now this is pretty bird fabric. There's no way I'm going to strip this down. This is pretty Christmas birds. Thank you, Erin. Well worth $3.50 for this. And I'm only in 1 package from what I've showed you, and I've still got this much left to go. Isn't that beautiful? And the birds. Well, those birds are cut off a little, but you got the bird houses. You got birds all the way down here. Those red birds are flying into the birdhouse there. This isn't getting cut. Not stripping that down. October 14th. Yes, Mary, I've been making some cute Christmas ornaments. Good for you, Angie. They were saying good morning to Brenda. Angie says, Dee Dee, you sound like me. Now saying, where is mine? Dee Dee says, Mary, you have enough to catch up on. Well, I know it's here, Dee Dee. I run across it every now and then, especially when I clean off my cart over there. I think I'll strip it this way. Got a little bit of the salvage here. It says, Art Text, www.benartex.com. 100% cotton screen print style, $3.54. It's kind of pretty, green, a light green with a pine leaf or leaf. I don't know if those don't look like pine leaf, but Christmassy enough. And the reason I'm cutting them in 2-inch strips is my duct tape is 2 inches. My duct tape is 2 inches. We're having a Refill Friday. Jacqueline named it Refill Friday for me. And this was one of the things on the list. It was the first thing on the that I put on the list because I wanted to get some Christmas washi made. This is poinsettia. Where could I strip this if I want it? It's pretty. I might not strip this down. I might use it for slow stitch blocks or something. We'll see what happens. I am thinking paper dolls though for that one album. Here's some more of these snowmen. I've already got some of these, so I'm not going to strip that one down. Here's some white, just plain white. And I don't think I'll strip those down because, well, there might be white or colored pages that you would want. It's sparkly. Well, this is pretty. It says season greetings. Now this would be nice for not washi, but labels. Season greeting. Season greeting. There's some deer in there. Well, I'm going to strip that down. Here's some more of that snowman. We'll not do that. Let's see what this is. This looks like cookies. Gingerbread houses. Gingerbread houses. I like that she left me some of these salvages. I like the numbers. Let's see who made this fabric. Cranston Print Works. Printed in the USA. Cranston Print Works. www. Cranston. Looks like village something. So I'm going to have to pull a salvage if I want. I think I'll tear this salvage off because I like the numbers stuff. We'll save that, and then I'll tear from this side. I think I'll tear 2 of these because there's plenty of it. And then we'll be done stripping down fabric. There we go. Now, let me fold this back up. Gingerbread houses. Alrighty then. All this stack of fabric will go back into the package, and I don't think I've got 2 more packages here, but I think they're very similar, and I think I have enough strips to make washi this morning. And what time is it? It's 7:16. This is Friday morning, but I want to work on my prompt cards this morning too. Alright, so to make the fabric strips, we get out the double-sided tape. This is a brand new roll. And I am going to use my old scissors to cut with because it gets sticky. This tape is sticky stuff. And this is carpet tape, 2-sided. I like the Duck brand carpet tape. We'll see if this is what I think it is. I hope I didn't pick up the vinyl stuff. Let me look at the package. No, it doesn't say it's indoor outdoor carpet tape. Good. You got to be careful because if you get for vinyl, you can get the same type of thing for vinyl tiles to stick them down, you know, but I find that they peel off of the fabric, and I don't like them as much for they work okay on paper, the vinyl stuff, if you're making washi tape and you want it for paper. I got some by mistake. I didn't buy it on purpose, but I don't think this is for vinyl. We'll find out because I can tell pretty easy. And I'm just tearing the cellophane off of the package here. Okay. And I might keep a bit of this for... I think I had some of that stripped stuff and I threw it away. Didn't think I'd need it, and now I need it. So I might just use paper in this. And I'll show you why when I cut between. But I do a pretty long strip. Let's get my pink pins out of the way. And get it started here. Save that. And yeah, this is what I want. I put it like this and kind of fold it just a little and just enough to hold it. And then I pull it this way, and well, I might have to move my strips and move this over a little. And let's take another scissors and hold this down. And then I just take my piece. Of course, I picked a folded piece and put it on. Try to get it as even as you can. If you don't get it perfect, well, you don't get it perfect. And you know Meri, she's not perfect. But that went pretty good. Got a little, and you can peel it up for a little bit. If you have a crinkle in it or something, I got a crinkle right there. Come on, a little bit more. See how sticky it is? It's sticking to my hands. And when and stuff like that, if you leave it, will stick in your page. So when I use it, I try to trim that down a little, but I could see if I could get that a little straighter. And it's pretty strong stuff. But do not use your good scissors on this. Do not use your good scissors. That's my... Now, it will... I'm going to have to move Penelope. I try to do a big old string of this. I need something to weight that down. Hold on. See how it sticks on there? So you could cut here and do another, but I like to do a longer piece here. So these scissors and hold it down there. Let's see if I can do this one. Get my hands off of it. And if you want to cut it a little bit wider, like 2 1/4 or 2 1/2 inches, and then just trim off the edges when you set it down, you know, because see, there's stuff to trim here. I'll do that when I use it. But I just go in strips here. Penelope, am I going to move you again? Can you? She says, okay, I'm out of your way. And Rosemary, I first saw Rosemary Morse do this. This is who I learned this from. And she did hers in just little strips this way. When I watched her, she's probably done it different ways. But when I first saw her do that, she did it in strips going this way, and that works pretty good. But I like to have it tape-like. And then once you get this fabric down, you can cut this. If you don't want a 2-inch strip, you can cut it this strip, and this will cut pretty even now. You don't want to cut the sticky part here. I'm going to put a piece of paper on that. So it won't stick onto anything. I don't know if my scissors will even cut paper anymore. They cut the thick things pretty good. I keep them around. They're still usable. And the reason I haven't sharpened these is because they got those serrated edges, but I think these are so far gone that if you try to sharpen them, they ruin the serrated edge. It wouldn't matter. All right, we're going to put this piece down. Kind of try to flatten it out if you got strings hanging. Clip it off. When you cut this, you could cut it with a rotary cutter. You probably won't have as many strings, but when you tear it, you get a lot of strings hanging. And I usually tear I'm doing more chattering than visiting here this morning. Let's see. Angie says, we are watching your basement so it won't flood. Our heat and air frustration is down there. Oh, watching your basement, Angie? Hi, Dale. She says, oh boy, I'm way behind, Dee Dee. Dee Dee, did your sis cancel the trip? Dee Dee said, no, she was here and she left Monday morning. Hi, Dale. Welcome in. Let's see, Dee Dee, Brenda says, we've had wind and a little rain that blew up north after Helene came ashore. Schools here closed as a precaution. Wind was high about an hour ago, and now it's eerily quiet. Ooh, that scares me. Becky said, I just put the tape on the back with the fabric in one piece and then cut it to the width of the tape. Yeah, you can do that too. What Becky is saying is the way she does this is she'll take a piece of fabric, and that works. You can do this different ways. This just happens to be the way I do it. She says she gets out a piece of fabric like this. I have to put it up a little. Let me move this down. And then she just puts the tape. I'll put it sideways. She puts her tape this way, you know, and then she just cuts between the tape. That works too. I just got started doing it this way, and this is the Meri version. I guess I got started doing this because I have different types of fabric, you know, different designs. You can do it several different ways, I guess. Brenda, let's see, what else is going on out there? Becky said, it's not flooding. We are at the highest point in the neighborhood, but our bonus room has a concrete floor, and Scott thinks it's leaking under the brick walls. Oh dear. When I lived in Wisconsin, when I lived in that townhouse, that townhouse fit me. I had room for all my stuff. But for some reason, I came home at noon from work. And I'm glad I did. I parked out on the street and I walked up to the front door and I noticed in the driveway, concrete driveway, that water was seeping. And I'll never understand why they cement over that stuff. They had to tear up the whole spot in the driveway to get to fix the... And she said, did you drive something heavy on it? And I'm going, no, I don't own a semi-truck. Did I put that? No, it's right side up. But you would think that they would leave a... I guess probably one of the reasons why they do it is that there's really no crawl space under it. You know, they'd have to tear it up anyway, I suppose. But, you know, they probably just bury the pipe. Got 2 of these, I think. I'm putting it right side up. I'm going to overlap this one. My fingers are sticking to the tape. Now, hold on. Give myself some more room here. Well, that went pretty good. A little off here, but I don't think it matters too much. Got a thread on there. I'm not going to try to pick it up. I'm going to try to straighten this out a little. And this is the piece where I really like the back of it better than I do the front, but we'll use the front. And to me, it's too dark on the front. And I'm just letting this tape roll off down the cliff. It wants to kind of bend there, but where's that piece that I was putting this there to kind of hold it? And let's move my... And I'm really, this is another piece here that I like the back as much as I like the front. I'm really liking the back, but I suppose I'll use the front. Yeah, hold on, it folded up on me. Yeah, stretching the fabric. Probably shouldn't do that, but there we go. Got a little kink in it there. Let's see if I can work that out. There we go. Weight that down. And it's pulling on it here. I need something heavy. These other scissors, I guess. There we go. Here's the snowman. Pretty long piece. I get my hands caught on it. I go crooked. I don't know why I go crooked. Becky says it's because I like diagonals. That I agree with Becky on. I chuckle every time I think of it. She says, Meri, you don't have a crooked eye. You just like diagonals. I should have pulled all that thread off of there first. I need to pull this up a little. And of course my finger's stuck on it. Give me my finger back. Oh, I've got another piece of that. There we go. I've just got a few pieces left. To see how strong this tape is, it just never ceases to amaze me how strong it is. This is to hold your carpet down on the sides of the carpet so it doesn't slip, slide around, or trip, or all of that. I really do like this piece. I'm tempted to put this one this way. I'm going to. That went smooth. And now I just got the snowman and those red pieces, that Debbie Mum fabric, I think is what I started with. Got some snowmen here. That went down good. This at Menards, this double-sided tape costs about $10, but you stop to think. You could not buy washi tape. If you paid $10 for a little deal of washi tape, you would get some little strips. And well, I'm not saying it's not worth it, but what I'm saying is making your own is because you can choose what you want. You can choose your fabrics. You can coordinate it however you want it. I find that even $10, paying $10 for a roll of duct tape is well worth it, in my opinion. You may not like doing this type of stuff, though. It's up to you. I'm having fun. I'm enjoying myself. I just got one more piece after this. This is, it feels like, it almost feels like velvet, but I think it's a brushed cotton. I could use this for my velvet prompt, but I found that roll of antique velvet trim. I'm going to use that. And what's stopping me now is I have to find some leather. And I just haven't been in here. We went shopping yesterday. I came home tired and I've been reading that book. I finished my book yesterday. I couldn't set it down. Francine Rivers' book. And I think I read the second series of it. It's a two-part book. And I think I read the second one a couple years ago. But I'm going to go ahead and reread it again. Okay, I'm going to cut. I'm going to leave a bit of that fabric on there, and I can cut it with these, I think. I like to use my old scissors even when I cut. And see, then I'll just leave this as a pull tab. And look how much I got left. And let's see what I've done here. Throw that away. So I'm just going to kind of, I'm going to cut it, but I'm just going to kind of fold it up here while I'm doing this. See how much washi tape I have here. And it's all Christmassy. So there we go. Look at all that washi tape I have. $3.50 for that bag of fabric, and I got all sorts of it left. $10 for the tape, and I've got more than a half roll left there. So now what I'm going to do, I could leave it rolled up, but I don't like doing that because I can't sort through it very well. So I'm going to go through and cut the pieces. Let's see, I think I divided this here. I'm going to go through and cut them because it's easier for me to see everything. Let me put these scissors away. Put my little stamp thing away. I think next week I'm going to add something to that list of Friday. I think next Friday I want to do some wax seals. I haven't done any batik or wax seals for a long time. But the wax seals could be, make a bunch of those for art journaling. I don't think you'd want to put them on your Christmas cards unless you put them on the inside and protected them somehow. Or they would go good on gifts. We don't give gifts in our family except for to our grandniece. If we give anything, we give it as money so that person can get what they want. And that's generally what she gets now, but her parents still buy her stuff. So this way I can look and see what do I have that I want to use on this page. And I think I got 2 strips of this. I'm going to cut them all about the same size. This is why I use my old scissors, because the tape can still stick in there. But I like how it sticks the fabric down to the page. This is strong tape. I'm going to throw this away. Put it on my hand. And now, I'm either going to cut it longer or shorter. I think I'm going to cut it shorter. I got some short pieces in here. It's not wanting to. I don't want to ruin my other scissors, so I'm using these. I think I'm going to have to sharpen them. I'm pretty rough on these scissors. These, I call them my studio scissors. I call them the old ones. Now this, do I want to? Yeah, I think I'll cut it. It's longer, but... This is my favorite piece. I'm loving that. We could sure get inspired by that, couldn't we? My hand has... Is that from the rust? I'm loving this piece. That's the underside. There's the snowman. And then we just have the 3 red Debbie Mum pieces here. Come on. Seems to cut good for about an inch, and then I have to force the other inch. See if I can straighten this out a little. There we go. Refill Friday. Washi tape. I'm going to get my list out. Oh, it's here somewhere. We're going to work on the trump cards next. See, I got more fabric, but I think it's mostly the same. There might be, looks like there might be some quilt pieces or something in there. I got 3 of those. I think I bought 3 or 4 Christmas fabrics. This looks different. These look like some more of those quilt pieces. I'm going to have to think of something to do with those. The trouble is, I love both the front and the back on them. And they're awfully thin, so I'll have to think of what I want to do with them. Alright, I'm not going to do any more strips today. I'll be putting those back in my box. These, let's see, I think what I'm going to do, let me reach over here and get this box. This is the box that I covered with fabric. And I've been keeping stuff in there. I got Dee Dee's. I'll show it to you in a minute. And I got some tape. I got a paper stack. I got this other box. And these, I think, are fussy cuts. And I think I have Jacqueline's papers in here. Jacqueline's dyed papers that I got from Jacqueline. I think these are hers. Let's see, I'm going to take the papers. I'm going to use this box for my Refill Fridays, what I'm saying. Here's the tags that Jacqueline sent me. I'm going to do another order, Jacqueline, after I do my Nebraska junk hunt. Let me put these things back in this other box. I don't think I'll put Dee Dee's. I'll show you Dee Dee's here. I just needed a place to put it. This is a page Dee Dee sent me. Bless her heart. I didn't say you had to send me anything, Dee Dee. She is so sweet. Alice in Wonderland piece. Print. And I think she gets these printed off at a print store. Is that an office store? We don't have anything locally that does that, because they are printed so nice. They are printed so very nice. My printer would not print that nice. And this is her envelope. I've been keeping it. Put it back in the envelope to keep it nice. I I got several pieces from Dee Dee. I think I'm going to start me a little Dee Dee journal that where I just insert the pages. All right, we're going to put the washi in here, and I'll just put it in. It might fold up a little, but oh well. It doesn't matter, it'll get taped down. So this is going to be my Refill Friday box. And let's get out the list here. Do I have the list? Those are prompts. Let me put this box to the side. Now I'm going to have to do a little sorting here. Let me put my scissors away. Put these up away. That's just scrap. I want to find my prompts. Paper towels. They come in handy when I just need to wipe off a paintbrush or something. Scratch paper. Scratch paper. This is the Pick 7. This is, here it is, Refill Friday. I want to write down on here 21. Oh, I'll use my paint pen. 21, I'm going to put wax seals. So we'll just use this list. I'm going to put this in the box. And I'm just going to fill that box up with, see, we did fabric washi tape today. Clothespin ephemera, clusters, snippet roll, book page envelopes. You guys gave me all these ideas. Paint papers, cover toppers. I'm not sure exactly what that is. Masterboard. I don't think I've ever made any of those cover toppers. I'm not sure what you mean. Things to put on the covers. Masterboard, card fronts, zines, blank zines. I like the blank zine ones. That'll come in handy. Tassels, journal charms, rusted pins, paper clips and brads. We're rusting pins now. Sewing paper, fabric, sewing on paper fabric, decorate envelopes, paper or fabric ruffle, Franken paper. That I like the idea of doing that. That might be that, and the wax seals may be the next ones, because I got all this scrap paper I need to use. Embossed index cards, stamp out stamps. Becky and Jacqueline, I think, were really giving me good ideas for that. Book page. Napkin on boom. Napkin on boom. I don't know what that means, Jacqueline. Napkin on boom. Hi, Tori. It's good to see you. It's good to see you, Tori. Thanks for popping in. Hi, Joni. Welcome in. Who am I missing? Jacqueline's here. Brenda's here. Dee Dee's here. Veo is here. Angie's here. Joni. Joni says she'll be crocheting Santa doilies with you this morning. Ooh, that sounds fun. Tori asked Dee Dee how her hubster was doing, and Dee Dee says he's doing fine. I'm talking about the hurricane. Dee Dee said it came straight up from Florida in the middle of Georgia. Yeah, it went through Tallahassee, didn't it? Or around Tallahassee. It wasn't Tallahassee. When I was listening to the news, they were mentioning Tallahassee. I don't know if it went through Tallahassee, but Tallahassee's kind of in northern Florida, isn't it? All right, I'm not going to clean any more of my desk because I found what I wanted. and I'm going to work on these prompt cards. This is the page I'm going to do. I was showing the gals, where did I do with it? Of course, it's not here when I want it. Here it is. I was showing the gals the other morning. I have this when I was still working up in Wisconsin. I did a lot of thrifting and antiquing and everything. And I found this in I think it was a Chicago suburb, Crystal Lake. There was a store that sold ribbons, and I don't know if they might have sold some fabric, I don't know. I just remember the ribbons. And I went to Crystal Lake because there's a needlework store there that my St. Louis friends liked a lot, and they would go up there a lot. And since I was in Wisconsin, it wasn't, Crystal Lake is kind of on the western suburb of Chicago. Never drove downtown Chicago. I wasn't that brave. I didn't even drive downtown Madison. But I found this, and I do believe this is 1880s. And it's very, I think you're seeing it, like I said, you're seeing it a lot brighter than it is. But look at the aging on this. And it's velvety ribbon. And I can just imagine this being used on one of those big 1880s evening dresses, you know, their big old full dresses with all their trims and everything. But I bought 3 rolls, not of the same stuff, but my other 2 rolls I left up in Wisconsin. I couldn't bring everything home, but I brought this back with me. And it's been sitting. I use it for display. I really don't use it. But one of the prompts here is velvet. And this is velvet. This is kind of a light greenish velvet. And I think I'm going to use a little of it on this page. I need to find some leather. I got leather. Fabric paint. I think I'm going to paint on some canvas for this one. Embroidered. But this is going to be an October page. I thought I would do one a week. I got week pick 7. But I think I'm going to change that to month. Because I'll never get one of these done every week. Because I have to hunt and decide what I want to do. And I'm going to put for October. Here I'm using my paint tin again. October 2024. And of all those prompts that we did the other night, I'm going to put prompts. Where are my prompt cards? Oh, I don't have them all out yet. Hold on. Tissue paper, scratch paper. Where did they go off to? I might have to hunt for the rest of the prompt card. Oh, here they are. They're hiding. All of these prompts we did the other night. Now these prompts, if you look on my community tab, you will see a list of these. I have them in 2 lists. I called these slow stitch prompts, but you guys were giving me art prompts too. So what I did was I made a list here of all the prompts. These are what we did in, and then there were some that Karen K contributed afterwards. And they're in a list called Art and Stitch Prompts. And then I went through this list and picked out all the things like cable knit and tat and Dorset buttons, stripes of fabric, beads, doilies, French knots. Those all kind of go with slow stitch. I'm going to put in, hold on. Got too much stuff out on my desk yet. Is that a paint pen, or I'm looking for my Sharpie, my pen here. I don't want to use my paint pen to document all this stuff. Hold on. I'll just use a pencil. Well, here. this is art and slow stitch prompts. But then next month in October, I hope to have this page done. This is a challenge for me, and I only picked 7 because my stitch journal, and I think I'll keep it the same size for this journal. My stitch journal is only, well, my pages I make 4 by 7, and then I put them on my journal page, which is about 5 by 8, something like that. But I think I'm going to keep it probably about this size. This is what, 5.5 by 5.5 by 8.5. 5.5 by 8.5 when you fold this paper in half. Of course, Mary's. Yeah, 5.5 by 8.5. And now this might be the size that I make for my, and I'm going to do this once a month. And I want to concentrate, though, on the slow stitch prompts. And the prompt cards that I'm doing here, let's just put all these up. The prompt cards that I'm doing here are going to be for both art and stitch. And then I'm going to do another set for just stitch. Because I got plenty of prompts. Now I want the dark blue. So one of the prompts on here was when I picked, when we did this last Sunday night. Was it Sunday night when we did this? What we did was, out of our list of 100, we asked random.org to give us 12. And so on here, and let me find it here. Where's my other one? Floated away on me. Here's the other one that I've already finished. I'm picking 24 of the 100 prompts that I'm going to put on here. But, like, I've got 24 prompts. I've got 12 cards. And I'm going to make a card deck out of a cigarette box. These will fit into a covered cigarette box. My brother smokes, and I steal his empty boxes. So, out of all of these prompts, out of the 100 prompts, we asked random.org to give us 12. And that's what I'm using on here. But I'm not trying to get 12 prompts on each card. Like on here, I used the running stitch. On this one, what I'm in the midst of doing, and I'm going to put all this up, is this is the crow's feet. So I'm going to continue. It is 8:02. So I'm going to continue with this. I was doing them curvy. Let's see, I think I'll go diagonal here. And I'm just doing like little Y's on here. When you look up the crow's feet stitch, you'll see it as a triangle in a triangle, but you'll also see it, and on the example that Beth sent me, it almost looks like a little fly stitch. But I've seen it both ways when I was Googling it, so this way works best on my prompt card. It almost looks like a knit, almost in here, and I kind of like that. Let's curve it down a little here now. Just a little. And I'm going to put the half moon on here, and there's a couple of these prompts I haven't used yet. Cheesecloth, I think I'm going to use a wild card for cheesecloth. I haven't used fabric paint yet. What one haven't I used? Strips of fabric. I think I'll skip the strips of fabric because these need to fit in those cigarette boxes. And I'm afraid that it won't, that'll make these cards too thick to put fabric on here. I have a hair on my hand. Shed worse than a cat sometimes. I washed my hair with a different shampoo, and it made it very soft and fly away here. So I'm just going through here really kind of fast and putting these stitches on, and then I'm going to put the half moons on here. And I think I might put the this represents a link out of the friendship bracelet, and I put 2 or 3 on each card. And then I coated this with a satin varnish, and by the time I get this one done, it'll look very similar to this one. Where was I? Here. So these are fun to do. Make yourself prompt cards. This could be another DIY refill Friday, except for I think for me it's taken a week to get these things done. So it's not really something that... But you could use the prompt cards to make ATCs and cards and card backgrounds. That's one of the suggestions on when we did the DIY list, or the refill Friday list. I guess I'm calling it a DIY. It's not a DIY. I'm gonna put one in there. So this is not hard to do. This is just kind of doodling, really. And I want to fill this whole card with these because they're going to be cut. They're going to be cut like that. Well, let's see. Let's do one more. I like to go different directions. If I were stitching this, I would not be just going straight across. I would be doing all sorts of different directions. I like the movement. I like the movement, how that swirls down this way and then this way. And I might make these go this way. Not down here. And I will do that on my stitching with the running stitches. I'll go in different directions just to give the piece movement. Let's see, let's start right about, well, let's start here. And I want to curve it. Now, do I want to curve this and then curve that? Let's do one more this way. And I need to start working on my cover for my stitch journal, or it'll be December, and K3N, well, boy, she keeps me busy. She keeps me busy. I have plenty to do. Before I know it, she's got another project going. But, you know, if that's all I did, but I do all this other stuff too, and I just have to say no to some things. I like to swap with Beth Schuler, but I'm still working on, well, I sent out some things. I sent out postcards, but I wanted to put Happy Mail in. And I don't have everything I wanted to do for Happy Mail done yet. So maybe for Christmas they'll get their August Happy Mail. And I don't think Happy Mail was a requirement with her swaps. It's just something I wanted to do because they all do it. And I get all these bright ideas that slow me down. Yeah, I'm liking that. Now I'm going to go this way with the other one, but let's see, let's start. I'm going to start here and kind of curve it. Come up this way. Now, as a whole, it looks like a lot of marks on here, but once you get it cut off into individual pieces, it'll look a lot more pulled together. Once I get it all done. Now these, I think I'm just going to go straight. Now, these I think I'm going to go up and down. What did I do? Wrong way. I'm doing an arrow. I want to go this way. It's okay. It won't matter by the time I get done. Unless you really study it. Now, I think I'm going to go this way now. I'm going to get me some more paint pens. I think I'll do that when I go to the Nebraska junk jaunt. I am so looking forward to that junk jaunt. I'm going on Saturday. I think it starts today. I'm going tomorrow. I think it starts today. And so those serious junk jaunters will probably be out there. Oh, I don't know. We got sunshine, I think, here today. You guys got all the rain on the East Coast. But I figure there'll be enough left for me tomorrow. And I'm not really looking for anything specific. And I'm not going to buy anything just to buy junk, you know. If I buy anything, it'll be, well, if I tell you, then they won't sell it. I'll show you when I get home. I kind of know what I'm looking for. But what I'm saying is I don't need books. I don't need any more books. I'm not looking for figurines or anything like that. I'm not really looking for anything. I'll know it when I see it. And if I don't find anything, I'll come home empty-handed, but I'll have fun. And that's the fun of going thrifting. It's almost a sport. It's almost a sport for some of us, just to go treasure hunting. Just to go treasure hunting. Let's see, let's put a couple in here just to fill up the spaces in here. Kind of out of. So I love all the different directions. Let's go up and down, finish it off. I told my brother, I said, you go fishing for your sport. I said, thrifting is almost like the fun I have thrifting is like the fun you have going fishing. He sort of understood. No, I'm not going to get anything on there. Let's turn this around. Now, oh, I see a bare spot. A bare spot. Okay. So I'm going to take this wide pen and mark these off 2 by 3.5 on the front. And I have them marked off on the back, but I'm going to mark them off here on the front. So here and here. And I think I'm going to have to draw it as I mark it because I'll forget where my lines are. There. And here. Make sure I'm kind of straight. I have to come down a little, it doesn't matter. And if my cards are a little crooked, that doesn't matter either. It doesn't have to be perfect. And here and here. So there are the 2-inch sides. Now 3.5 would be here. 3.5. 3.5. Is that right? Yeah. And another 3.5, which would be 7. And that's pretty much on track. And so now I want to do the half moons. And what did, oh, I used my glue top to do the half moons. And I think I can still use it. I think it's that little thing in there. And so I just put in the moon and then I paint white. I call it half moon. It's really quarter moons, but the quarter moons are half moons. If that makes any sense. That's what I saw when I looked it up on the internet. They call a quarter moon what I would call a quarter moon a crescent moon. So let's go in and put moons on here. I'll put it over here. And I'm thinking what I'm going to do, these are paint pens. I might paint the friendship bracelet like I did on here, these little diagonals. I might paint those on a piece of fabric because it's the prompt is fabric paint. But I think I'll use my paint pens on fabric and call it fabric paint. I'll be painting fabric. And then I'm going to cut them out and then I'll glue them on here. And I don't think that'll add too much bulk to the page. And that way I'll get 2 prompts at once. I'll get the fabric paint and the friendship bracelet. The friendship bracelet is done on the other one, so I really don't need it. And the cheesecloth, I don't know what I'm going to do for that prompt. I might just do a wild card and throw something else on here. I'm not sure what. But let's do this for now. On both of these, I'm thinking I'd like by the time I cut these, I think I'm wanting a different border. So I might put little dots on here. We'll see. I don't know. It's pretty busy the way it is. Little dots may not show up that well. White dots would. I could splatter too. I like my splatter. I could do white splatter. I don't know if I want to do white splatter on this though. I could do white splatter on this. and then come back and repaint in my kitties. That's what I might do, because I don't want to put I think the only prompt I don't have on here, well, I did strips of fabric. I don't have that done. I got fabric paint. If I had room to do strips of fabric, I could do little friendship bracelets, but I don't have room. I don't have to do a whole strip. I could do a tiny strip. I'll have to look at that washi tape that I cut. Maybe there's that piece of that black or gray I could put on here. Let me think about it. Because I could just put in a little strip. Fit it in somehow. That might work. Or I could find a piece of fabric and make my own washi tape. I don't know if I want to fool with that on this, though. I'm still thinking white. I'm thinking a border. Maybe border it in gold, but the gold that I have is metallic. And it tends to stick on these cards, tends to stick them together. All right, so now let's just go in and paint these black. And I'm kind of talking to myself while I'm doing this. I'll come out in after I get these painted in and look at chat. Well, no, I'll do the fine liner on here, the crescent moon, not the crescent moon, the quarter moons. And then while my fine liner is drying, I'll come out and look at chat. That way that'll give it a little dry time. These are fun to do. You can find all the prompts on my community tab. You might have to scroll down just a few. I put them up Friday night, Saturday morning, I think. I can't remember exactly when I put them up, but they're just a couple down. Comes a choo-choo train. Boy, I had to laugh at the one that came through. I was about 10 or 11 last night. He was being so quiet. He'd go, toot, toot, toot. You could hardly hear you. Well, I'm on the inside too, but I could tell they kind of mute their horns at night, but he was being extra muted. Some of them, you know, they don't mute at all. Here we come. Even at 10 o'clock at night. And some of those engineers are very respectful when they go through the small towns. We don't want to wake anybody up at 10:30. They probably had a hard day. This cat's tail is touching the moon. And so be it. And then when I do the stitch prompts, what I'm thinking that I'm going to do is I'm going to put the prompts on the cards first, and then I'm going to try to make the front of the card match the prompt. So if it's running stitch, I'll do running stitches with my marker. If it's blanket stitches, I'll do blanket stitches. If it's beads, I don't know beads, I might have to draw a bead or a button on it. I don't want these cards to get too thick. 4 square, I could do 4 squares, 9 squares. Velvet, I don't know about velvet, a prompt of velvet or gingham I could probably do, but I could just paint a background and call it velvet, I guess, a purpley background. Call it velvet. But we've got something like 67 stitch ones, I think, and almost 100 art and stitch. And then next month we'll add to the stitch. We'll probably have a different type of art. We won't have quarter moon. We'll probably have Christmas stuff or Thanksgiving. But we don't have to do seasons either. We could do something else. Steampunk or Deco, Art Nouveau prompts. Those would be fun. Doodle prompts. Make a whole lot of decks. Alrighty. Now, did I get them all? I think I did. Let's get out my fine liner. And I want to do this and then I'll come out and chat. And we're going to draw the quarter moons, which are really look like half moons. Come on. Are you going to come? Uh-oh, there it comes. And then when this white dries, I go around the rim again. And they don't all have to be, I think I made these all on the same side. I could do some on the other side, but I guess I'll keep them all on this side since I've started. It's like frosting an Oreo. What time is it? 8:33. I still have time. I may not get these done yet today, but we'll see about tonight. I'd like to do something different tonight. I like to shake my evening streams up a little than what I do during the day, but I think I started these last. Well, wait, this is what? This is Thursday. This is Thursday or Friday? This is Friday. So when did I start these? Last Sunday? Gosh, has it been that long since I've worked on these? It's taken me a while to get these done. Let's see, I dated that, didn't I? 9/20, No, I don't think I dated my list. Those are the prompts. Those are the slow stitch prompts. That's the refill Friday. 9:20, I think, is when I started this. 9:20. Was that last Sunday? Let me check. Mary's off on her inner world this morning. Hold on, let me look at my calendar. 9:20 was last Friday, so it's been a week. It's been a week, and I still don't have them done. Well, we're getting there. I still have to do the boxes. But I'm not a fast artist, and generally when I get done in the day here, I don't generally get back in here during the day. I slow stitch or tat or read, watch videos. I got to get out and work in the yard when it gets a little cooler. It's still in the 80s here, and it was in the high 80s, I think, yesterday. Well, we went to town yesterday, but that's still a little hot for me to be out there working. And, I have a lot that I need to do out there. And the leaves are going to start falling. And I want to put that landscape fabric down in the garden. Got a lot to do. And then there's things like do the laundry, wash the dishes. Of course, we've got a dishwasher, but still I do the pots and pans and stuff like that. Laundry, I did 3 or 4 loads of laundry last week. All right, got 3 more here. I should take this nozzle out in the kitchen and run some water through it to keep it clean. I'll have to go over that with a little black. Yeah, I'm looking forward tomorrow to going to the junk shop. I am looking forward to it. I don't want it to bring home a lot of stuff, but I might find some treasures. Tell you, I buy a lot of stuff online nowadays. Mostly because it's so far for me to go any place. And I'm kind of disappointed in our Hobby Lobby and Goodwill around here. Goodwill is only selling clothes. Well, they sell other stuff, but it's not like it used to be. And Joann's closed in our area. Hobby Lobby has stopped selling Tim Holtz and a lot of scrapbooking stuff they got rid of. Artsy stuff that I like, they got rid of. I can still get stuff at Hobby Lobby, but they really have changed their store since I've been home. And no bookstores to speak of that, you know, like Barnes & Noble and stuff like that. Nothing around here. You have to go to Lincoln or Omaha. Okay, we're going to let this dry. And I'm going to come out and look at chat. Oh, that's kind of drying. refresh my chat. Chat filter. Chat filter, all messages. Brenda says, that reminds me, I have a load in the washer that needs to be transferred to the dryer. What is X Quilt's name? I don't know, Angie. By Quilts. X Quilts. Hi, X Quilts. Thanks for popping in. Gotta zip away. Instead of chocolate, it's Xocolate. But I found your schedule. Please allow me to join you again and again. Oh, my schedule. I have to change. I tried to change my schedule on the phone, and I can't get to the save button on the phone. I'm going to have to open up my desktop. I do not go on at 4:30 in the morning anymore. I still have 4:30 on the morning on my schedule. I come on at 6 a.m. Central. They're probably gone, didn't hear me. But X-Quilt, thanks for popping in. Nice to meet you. Yes, please do come in and join us again and again. There are a lot of people who stream in here. Becky streams, Dee Dee streams. Brenda, do you stream? Scott is home. Oh, I'm glad he made it home, Becky. We'll chat with you on the interwebs. So you'll find us in several different chats. Janet Nash, Dee Dee, Barb Owen, Kathy Berg, Beth Schuler. I'm just naming off a few. Well, let's just look at the schedule. It's 8:41 here. Today is Friday. I'll be on again tonight at 7:30. Friday. Lena at noon Eastern, I got. Debbie Epps comes on tomorrow. I looked at 3:30 Eastern. I think she's 3:30 Eastern. She came on, but I didn't see her till later. She was already done when I saw her. Let's see. I'm looking for Fridays here. Stacy Cattertooth comes on at 10 a.m. Eastern every day. Barb Owen comes on Friday afternoons or evenings at Friday afternoon at 2 Eastern. Art Junkie comes on at 3 p.m. on Fridays Eastern. I'm looking at my list here. I think that's all I have for Fridays. But there might be other people coming on that I am missing here. If you know of anybody, please feel free to share. Let's see. Angie says, okay, Brenda, enjoying watching what they do. I'm thinking about trying some later. Brenda says, I just peeked at the washi shop. I subscribed and will watch some. Angie, I have this big gel ice pack that I have from had my knee surgery. It's 10 by 15 and about an inch thick. It goes in the freezer. I love it on my back. Ooh, that sounds good. Angie is asking, do any of you have washi tape channel on your phones? They do a lot of washi tape journals. They are cool. And I think that's what Brenda said. She has it on it. She said she peeked at the washi shop. I subscribed and I'll watch some later. So they do washi tape journals. I'm not going to get into that right now. I made my washi tape. I use it more for decorative pieces. Let's see. I think Kimmers would agree that statement, Mary. It's the thrill of the possibilities. Yes, definitely, Kim. Brenda says, I got the ice on my back or Angie said that. I got ice on my back. Hi, Joyce. Welcome in, Joyce. Dara's here. Quilt says, hey, Kat, it's so great to be enjoying something that interests me, and I found you all. Well, welcome in. I missed saying hello to her. I think she's gone now. Dar said, and you know, I want to say again, thank you guys for welcoming people when they come in, even if they're people you know, because I miss people because I'm so focused on what I'm doing sometimes that, and especially if you're new, don't feel like I'm ignoring you, because I'm not. I'm just busy. So I really appreciate it when you guys welcome people when they come in. For the Refill Friday, Jacqueline says, napkin on book page. Let's put that on there. For the Refill Friday, napkins on book pages. We're filling up our Refill Friday list here. These are things that we can do to build our journal stash, our studio stash, things to make for art, for the Meri Atelier studio. Like today I did the fabric washi tape. Let's do that. Jacqueline gave me another list. Napkin on book page. Napkin on book page. Oh, this pen's getting dry. Napkin on book page. Did you know you could do doodling? You could make all sorts of stuff. Well, right now I'm doing prompt cards. I'm going to hit these. Let's see, did I say hello to everybody? Angie, Tori, Vale. I think Dee Dee had I print the... Dee Dee prints those prints by herself. They're beautiful. They look like they're done at a print shop. Joni's here. And I can't go up any further. Oh, I see where Dee Dee says her husband popped his knee back into place, and that caused all the pain. Oh my goodness. Let's see, I think I unplugged my heat gun. Let me plug it back in. I need to hit these moons with the heat gun. We're going to heat up the moon. Yeah, I'm looking forward to going on the junk jaunt tomorrow. I better get some sleep tonight. I didn't fall asleep last night until had to be 12:30. And I woke up at 2:30. And I couldn't get back to sleep, so I finished reading my book. And then I sewed the little triangular quilt pieces together. I didn't get all of them done, but I got a lot of them done. I got them all sewn and cut out, and the triangle pieces made. Now I shaped them into a design. Now I'm just sewing strips together. Let's test this. That's pretty dry. That one's a little damp. Now let's go over. I like having that box there. I kind of draped my heat gun over it. Let's go over that with my marker, kind of shape up. Let's start over here. Shape up the moon. I like how these markers go over things. Kind of clean them up a little. These are the Sharpie paint pens that I'm using. I do like them. I like how they work. I don't have to shake them to get them started. And the only thing that I don't like is they need more colors. And they need to put the cap color. They need to work on that. I need a good brown and a brighter red. And of course you can give us as many colors as you have. Don't give us just 12. We need more colors. Browns would be nice. That's more like a crescent moon there, but we're going to use it. A crescent moon. I'm getting hungry. I got up early this morning. I was up at 2:30. I didn't have coffee right away, but I did now. I did have some coffee. That's not quite dry there. But I'm hungry for something more substantial. Fill up my tummy. But lettuce, oh, I know I'll have some apples. I bought some apples yesterday. I was hungry for some cold apple slices. I wonder if that's dry. Pretty dry. I bought lettuce and onions. I'm thinking I'd make me some onion soup. What else did I buy? Bought a Dr. Pepper. They had Fritos on sale. If you buy 3 bags, you only pay $3 a bag for them. But they were not the full-size bags either. All right. I think I'm happy with the moons. Now what I think I'll do, I was talking about painting those friendship. Oh, let's try, let me look at my fabric. Maybe I'll make some little strips to go on here. If I had enough of these numbers, I'd put them on there, but I don't have enough. I like the idea of putting the numbers on there. But I need at least 12 of them. So let me turn around here and see what I have for fabric that I could, oh, maybe even something like this. And just make a, let's just put a strip there and just cut some little strips and put on there. because the prompt is fabric strips, and I don't want to do a whole lot. So what do I do with my tape? We'll do it the Becky way. Now I could just do 2-inch. Put my tape on this way. It was Becky was saying earlier that, see, I cut my fabric into strips and then I put it on my tape. She was saying she just puts her tape down on her fabric and then cuts it off. And that works too. That's just a different approach. And that's what I'm going to do here. It was a good suggestion, Becky. And I got this little pull tab thing here. So we'll just take and plop it down. I don't need a whole lot, but I might do 2 of them. Now, this is where here, when I use that washi tape and I pull the release paper off, I am in the habit of saving it. I don't have any right handy, but then I'll put that release paper here when I cut. Right now, I'm going to take a piece of paper here and just pretend this is that release paper that I threw away. And I'll just put it right on here. And then I'll cut it with my scissors. My old scissors. Don't use good scissors when you cut this stuff. And it will keep your scissors from sticking to the tape. Like if you cut it this way, your scissors would grab onto the tape. And these scissors are getting pretty dull, so bear with me a little. They're not, I don't cut fabric with them generally. But see, then that gives you a little tab here, and that's what I did over here too. I'm going to do another piece here. I'll save that scrappy piece. Put this back over here. We're going to do 2 pieces here. Get the strings out of the way. Yeah, this is how Becky says she does her washi tape. And it's okay. It's easier probably. It's just not the way I do it. I don't do things the easy way. All right, let's put this on here. Cut. And I'm going to cut this red off. And you could make fabric, if you put a fabric piece here, you can make little fabric strips out of that. I used paper there. We're going to leave this on. Just tear it off, and then I'll have a pull tab next time I use it. And I'll throw this away. And let's cut this off. And now I'm going to use my better scissors or crafty scissors to cut this, or I could just tear it. Let me just tear this off. Hold on the... But when I cut the tape, I'm going to use my old scissors. Now, my old scissors are pretty dull. Let's see if I can tear this. Cut in between. Let's see if I can tear this. No. I'm trying to only cut the fabric here. I don't want to get my scissors all sticky. And probably over here. We'll save that for something else. Let's save that. And what I want to do here, that's just paper. I'll throw that away. What I want to do here for fabric strips, instead of doing the whole strip, I'm just going to take a bit and I'm going to cut it with my old scissors. And let's just cut that black stripe off. Maybe. These are getting pretty dull, but I don't want to use my good scissors on this because it gets sticky in there. And I think I'm going to sharpen these. Riri gifted me a scissors sharpener. And now this is more not a refill, but this is more of something to do on a Friday, is to, that's a paint pen, is to sharpen scissors. It's not really refilling anything, but clean rulers is what I'm thinking. Clean rulers. Just little studio stuff. Organized paint brushes. I got to do that. Organized pencils and paint. Organized. And that's without, you know, doing a whole room organizing. Organized pencil cases. And paintbrush. And I would say wash paint brushes, but paintbrushes. It's more of a task just to keep your studio. Throw away or break old pens, make ink out of them, stuff like that. I'm trying to get this one cut here. And what I think I'll do for the fun of it, you know how I said I didn't want to put dots on here? I'm going to take my paint pen. It's 9:02. This is Friday. Sometimes on Fridays I go a little later. Now this is not anything I want to keep, but this is. See how that stuck onto my scissors there, that tape? But see, this is something I could put on my, just a little strip, and that's tape. I'll take that off. But on here, what I could do is take my paint pen, let me find it. I don't want to do the blue one, I want to do the black one. And put dots on this. Well, maybe I will do, I got to get me some new paint pens. We'll use this one. Just put some dots on the white. And we'll call this painting fabric. We're going to paint the, I was talking about painting the friendship bracelets. I might not do that this morning. We'll do this. I kind of liking this. And then I think I'll cut it underneath the black here. And I think I'll use these instead of this one. I'll use that one, but not here. And then we'll cut this and put them on here. And that might be all I get done this morning. I don't know if I'm going to work on these tonight. I kind of want to do something else tonight. I think if you work on this stuff too constantly, it gets a little boring to watch. Like, when is she ever going to get that done? Now I'm just going to fill dots in here. And I'm going to make stripes out of this and put it, just little pieces on here. I might put a couple on each. And the friendship bracelets, I don't have to put them on here if I do this, because I have them on the other page. I need 12 of these, so at least I might do this other strip too. So who says you can't use paint markers on fabric and call it fabric painting? And I like these paint markers because, you know, they're dry. It isn't like I have to wait for it to dry like I did my fine liner, but yeah, Fridays I go a little later sometimes if I'm in the middle of doing something like I am now, but I'll try to get off here pretty soon. Barb Owen comes on this afternoon. Art Junkie does. I'll be on at 7:30 Central tonight. I think Lena comes on, what did I say, at noon Eastern? I'd have to look again. Lena is over in Sweden. She comes on at noon Eastern, or that's the last schedule I have for her. Stacy Catitude comes on at 10 a.m. Eastern. Art Chunky comes on at 3 p.m. Eastern. Fridays and Mondays, but you know, we fill up our days, our streamers, people that stream, kind of fill up every day. Yeah, I'm having trouble. I think I'm going to change to these. I'm going to have to sharpen those. This cuts much better. I don't like using these scissors, but I do have fabric on here that is, I might use that for something else. It's not fully covered. I would much rather use my old scissors to do this, but as long as both sides of that tape are covered, it's not going to hurt too much. It's when you try to cut it with nothing. Try to cut this tape with nothing, you can gum up your scissors pretty bad. Mary's saying. Mary's chattering away. I think I need to cut this white piece off. I might save these little pieces that I'm cutting off and just collage them down in my junk journal. I'm throwing them over here. Let me cut these. So there's another thing we could do on Fridays is paint fabric. Paint, I wouldn't want to do big pieces like Becky does. That's more of a project that you're doing, but you could paint little fabric squares or little strips like this, make little ephemera. This is kind of a washi tape in itself. You could call this a washi tape if you wanted. But the prompt could be paint washi tape. You can make washi tape out of other things than fabric. You could make it out of masking tape. You could make it out of tissue paper, napkins, a lot of different things now. I need to get this started though. And this is where the fun begins. And when I have where I don't have a pull tab, I try to get underneath of the release paper and between the release paper and the tape and just make a little tab if I can. And then I can grab a hold of it with my hand and pull. And we're going to put this right in here. And we're going to call it a fabric strip. And we're going to do some more here. Let's put this one this way. So I don't even give myself pull tabs. But if you don't have a pull tab, take your pen. There are a lot of different ways you can do it, but I put my pen kind of in between the release paper and the tape and kind of tear at it until I get a little pull tab. And once I get a little pull tab, set your pen down. Make sure you only have a hold of the release paper and pull up on the release paper. And there you have it. And I don't think this is enough bulk on the cards to make a difference. Do I want to put this one down here, up here? No. Either down here or over here. I think I'll put it over here again. Cut off my little dot. And sometimes you don't even need the tab. Sometimes when you put your pen under there, you can get right under it. But I usually have to make me a little pull tab. And make sure that you only pull the paper up. Yeah, went a little crooked. Can I pull at it? It's pretty sticky stuff. Sometimes it's one and done, but I was able to reposition that. I got a little dot there I could save. Probably lose it, but okay. So we got one on each of those. I'll probably have more than I need here. Let's put this one here. Do I put it under the kitty? Like he's sitting on it? No. I think I'll just go so far with it. Brenda says, boiled potatoes too long last night. Use a knife. What am I using a knife for, Jacqueline? She says use a knife. I don't know what she means. Use a knife. Boiled potatoes too long last night. He used a slotted spoon to get the bigger pieces out. He was going to toss the rest. I saved it with sauteed onions, sour cream, and bacon. I'll have potato soup. Ooh, that sounds good. To cut the tape? Oh. I don't think it'll cut. I don't know if a knife would work, Jacqueline. I suppose if you stripped it, like I don't have a piece here. Let's just pretend that this has tape on it. I suppose if I used a knife and tried to strip it down that way, but I don't know. You could use a knife. You probably know what you mean. I'm not, it's not registering with me how to do that with a knife. I'd probably cut myself. get a hold of this. Hold on. Now I have the tape, I think. I cut my fingernails and I think I'm going to have to do the other end. That's pulling the tape with the paper. That way you can break off the blade when you're done. I think this is not stiff enough to use a knife. I think the fabric would bend unless you took and held the fabric and had it, you know, you'd have to hold it pretty. It might work to use a rotary cutter to cut it and throw the blade away. A knife would scare me with the fabric, but then you're probably seeing in your head what you're talking about, and I'm probably not registering it in my head. It does not compute in my head, Jacqueline. I think the fabric's too flexible. Unless you could set it down and, you know, like you do a piece of paper and cut it. Maybe that's how you're seeing it. And then I think what she's thinking is if the blade gets gummy, you can just throw it away. I think that's what she's talking about. You can't do that with a scissors blade. I could see that if I could figure out how to do it safe so I don't kill myself. Now these kind of look disorganized here, but remember I'm going to put that a little straighter if I can. Well, it's kind of one and done when you put this stuff down. I just pull it up, it's pulling on the once you get it cut, there'll be individual pieces here. That way you can break out the blade when you're done. Yeah, I like the idea of breaking out a blade. I wish I could do that with my scissors. Tim Holtz, there's an idea for you. Are you listening? Mr. Holtz, out there? We want a pair of scissors with blades that we can break off and replace the blades. Wouldn't that be nice? Have a pair of really nice scissors that when the blades get to this, I suppose here, this is put on with my brother. I have another pair of these that I gave to my brother. We use them out in the garden, cut little things. And I was cutting too big of a branch and I turned it and I popped this off, and my brother just put a screw in there, a screw in a bolt. I don't think you could take this off. You'd have to have a special tool to take this one off. But wouldn't it be nice to have a pair of scissors like your utility blades that you could just pop off the blades when you were, you know, still have a long blade, a shorter, longer blade, but just be able to pop it off and put in a new one rather than have to buy a whole new scissors. There's an idea. It all came from you, Jacqueline. All right, inventors out there, get busy. We want a pair of scissors with replaceable blades like the utility knives. And make them cheap. We don't want to have to pay a fortune for it. We can't. Sheesh. I was in Menards yesterday. We were looking at candy. They sell that old mill candy that's kind of good candy, but my goodness sakes, sacks of candy were priced at $8 a bag. My brother wanted some of those oh, they're kind of a sugary peanut. I don't know what they're called. They're orange and they're peanut shaped. He likes them. He likes the weirdest candy. I like chocolate. But I said, well, get you some. And he said, it's $8. It's $8 a bag. Oh, well, that's different. $8 a bag. And I got some peanut clusters, but they cost me $5.50 for a bag, and they were chocolate. I don't know why those sugary peanut clusters were, or they weren't clusters, they were peanut candy. They weren't real peanut, they were sugar, like marshmallow-y stuff. You know the kind of candy it is. $8 for a bag of candy. We passed it up. I did buy some licorice. That was, I like the little licorice bites. They were $3.50. They used to be $1.50. Prices had just doubled. And sometimes though, I complain about the price, the price of Fritos, but I like them so much. Sometimes it doesn't stop me. But I said I was going to quit eating Fritos because they're too costly. But I found some on sale yesterday. Fritos on sale at our local grocery. I don't know if that's a thing. So I think I'll make up a salad. I had vegetable soup for the last week. Been eating on vegetable soup. I'm done with that. I'm ready for a nice salad. I bought lettuce and onion and what else? Did I buy carrots? I can't remember. I have peppers. I think I'm going to make me a nice salad for lunch today. I like my salads. I bought red onion for the salad and a couple yellow onions. I like to make onion soup too. I like my onion soup. Chat filter. I'm just chattering away here. Sorry about that. I want to at least get these tape strips on, and I might quit for the day after I get these on. I've got a few more prompts to do on here yet. But this is combining the fabric strip and the fabric paint. And I don't think I'm going to do friendship bracelet on here. Where do I want to put this? I guess right here. Because I did it on the other one. I think these strips are going to be enough. I still have to do a wild card for the cheesecloth. I might do something. I'm not sure what I'll do. I don't want it to get too bulky. I think I'm just going to put a little one up here. Maybe from this side. Those three. He's not going to get a big one. He doesn't have room for a big one. Right in here. I kind of like that. And do I have a more narrow? Since it's more narrow here, I'm going to cut the narrow end off. And cut the there. Can I get this without the sometimes I can and sometimes I can't. I've been watching Tim Holtz Christmas Saturdays. I think he's got one more coming up, but I'll be gone tomorrow. I'll have to watch the replay. He's been doing his Christmas demos and everything on Saturdays. I think he's got a Halloween Lollapalooza coming up. I'm not into Halloween, but if you're into Halloween, that might be something you're interested in. He likes it. Tim Holtz likes Halloween a lot, but I'll do a Halloween page for my December daily. It's really more of a holiday journal. I'll do a Halloween page, a Thanksgiving page, and then I start in with the December pages. And then I go from December 1st to the 31st, and then I go the first 6 days in January. Alrighty then. I'm happy with that. And I got these little things I could put in an envelope and put in my is that tape? Yeah. Put it in my refill box. Let me reach for an envelope. Hold it. I have to move and get up. I have to stand up. And we'll just put that in my refill box. So, what did I do today? I cleaned out my rust bucket. I was sitting over there and I rewrapped those safety pins around fabric, hoping that they rust on my fabric a little. And I put walnut ink in my journal. I made washi tape, Christmas washi, I'm going to cut this. I made Christmas washi tape, and then we worked on the prompt cards. That was my Friday morning. But my Friday morning actually started at 2:30 this morning. Here's my journal. See, that's pretty much as dried. I don't think it'll get any lighter. And I just needed to grunge it up a little because it was too shabby chic. And then I painted and I think rather than leave this as walnut ink here, I think I will just go ahead. It'd be nice if I think I'll paint it gold. I've got this gold. I wonder if I can get in it. I don't know if I can get in this. I tried it before and I couldn't get in it. Let's see if I can get in this. I know I should put wax paper or Vaseline on this stuff, but I never quite get it done when I'm putting stuff back. I have on my glue. I think I can get in here. All you have to do is break the seal. That's what I did there. I just broke that seal. That wet paint forms a seal around there, and you just need to break it. Let's take and paint the, and then I'll just leave this as my thumbnail, or I'll just leave it out on my desk. Let's paint the edges here. I don't like them too dark here. They're not good enough for me. Wait a minute. I had towels out, now I can't find a one. Let's paint the edges on this. The corners, I mean. And this is that, I've had this forever. This is Elegant Finish, metallic paint, Elegant Finish. It's a, is it a deco art? For home decorating. Yeah, it's a deco art paint. And it's getting pretty old for me. Let me get it out on my brush here. Oh, come on. There we go. I might have to squirt a little bit of water in there. It is water soluble. I think it needs a drip of water in there. And I haven't used it for a while. See if that helps it any. Yeah. Can't see for the lighting's not good. Do I like that? I guess I do. If I don't, I can paint over it. So I'm just kind of playing this morning. I'm getting ready to get off here in a minute. Ew, I got something. Got a gunk. I don't want to put too much water in there. I'm going to have to use this paint or it's going to get too old on me. I generally do not use gold metallic paint, any color, inside my journals because it sticks together, sticks the pages together. I'm going to have to paint some boxes, I think, with this to use it up because it's getting pretty thick and old here. I'm going to put some more water in that. It's getting pretty empty. Let's see. It looks like I had it on its side. It's all fallen down that way inside here. This paint needs to be used up. I don't know if I could use this on the jelly plate. I never really, here again, on paper, it sticks together. So if you want to use this, use it on stuff that you aren't going to, like your book quarters here, or on boxes, or, but this is, gosh, I don't know when I got this. It has to be at least 8 years old because I didn't bring this from Wisconsin, so I got it and I've been down here in Nebraska for 8 years now. Gosh, it's really gone fast. All right, got one more corner to do, and then I'm going to call it quits. Yeah, this paint's getting pretty thick. Okie dokie. And then I'll go back over it with my black lines again. I'm going to squirt a little bit of water in there just to keep it moist. And that sprayer's needs to be refilled. Just to keep it moist. And I'm going to have to think up of things I can use this on. Alrighty. So, let me put this back. Something must have fallen in its place. Where did I get this from? Hold on. Down here? No. I can't see. There we go. So, thank you all for spending a Friday morning with me, sharing your Friday morning. I sure do appreciate it. Thank you for those of you who... You like the cover, Dale? Thank you. That was a placemat, but it was too shabby chic for me, so I had to splatter it with walnut paint, walnut ink. It's too shabby chic for me. Because the pages, I don't know if you've seen the pages, but the pages inside are mostly autumn related. I got it upside down, but there are a lot of blacks and oranges and browns. And so I wanted to distress the cover a little. And I was going to use black ink, black washi ink where I've soaked broke open these ink pens that are going dry, the markers, and then I soak them in alcohol. I got a whole bottle of alcohol ink. And I was going to splatter that on there, but Karen Kay said, "No, Mary." And she's probably cringing with this. She liked it the way it was, but I needed it distressed. It actually goes like this. This is the front cover here. And we're just going to... This is peeking out for me here. It's just a scrap. So thank you guys for sticking with me. Grilled cheese. Ooh, that sounds good, Brenda. Circus peanuts. Is that what they're called, Jacqueline? Those orangey things? They're about yay big. They're marshmallowy type stuff. Circus peanuts. $8.50 for a bag. Yeah, I do too, Jacqueline. That refill. And thank you for all your suggestions and ideas. What Jacqueline is talking about, the refill box. I covered this box. I've got another one this size that I just picked up from Walmart. The lady said, the lady was stocking the shelves, and I said, "Oh, can I have a box?" And she said, "Yes." Most of them are folded up, but I found 2 of them this size. And I covered this one with fabric. And I'm going to put all the refill stuff. Where's my suggestion list here? I'm going to put that in there, keep it with it. And then we're just going to keep filling up on stuff in here. But Jacqueline and Becky both gave me a lot of good ideas here. So I'll just keep it over here with my toolbox. All right, I need to go. Have a great Friday. I'll see you tonight at 7:30. go catch some of the other streams that are on. There's a lot going on. This Barb Owen's on. Stacy Catitude. Art Junkie will be on later. Lena comes on. Well, my last schedule for at noon on Fridays. Lena, Miss Linux, 2010, I believe. Silver in Sweden. Okay, everybody. Have a great day. Bye. Pop in tonight and say hello if you're around.